And we here, man. The NFL season's finally started. You just seen the Thursday night football game between the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh man, the ending was something.
That was crazy. Hey, man, great game. Shout out to both teams, man. I think, to say that was week one, a lot of times you see a lot of sloppy play. I thought that was a really good game to say that was week one, man.
Yeah, man, that was good though. I think we both had the Chiefs in the game in this game. I picked the Chiefs. I know you picked the Chiefs. It wasn't what you expected in this game.
Yeah, I thought it'd be competitive. I thought it would be a close game. I didn't think it was gonna be a blowout for the Chiefs to, get the dub. But I just had to pick the Chiefs because they were at home, and they have Patrick Mahomes, man. They have Michael Jordan football right now, bruh. You can't go against them at home, and Andy Reid, of course. So yeah, no
I
surprise to me. But I figured it would be a good game. But I definitely thought, Kansas City would come out on top. I
I
guess we'll talk about some things in a few minutes. There was some surprises in there now. We'll talk about.
I was actually surprised in this game. I thought the Chiefs would win this convincingly. But the Chiefs opened the door in this game. They opened the door with a lot of opportunities for the Ravens didn't take advantage of the missed opportunities, man. And I think that's what actually hurt them at the end. So I was surprised that they stuck around in this game though, because the game was close from when it was halftime towards all the way to the end. Even when the Chiefs jumped up 27-17, I was like, yeah, this game ain't over. For some reason, I thought Baltimore was gonna come back and score a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, between two teams that, we know is heavyweights in the AFC and in the NFL in general, you know, I thought the game was very competitive. I mean, you go with Baltimore, they go literally the first drive and go down and score with Derrick Henry, the new addition, Derrick
Well,
Henry to the Baltimore
well,
Ravens.
speaking of Henry, big payback says I needed Henry to get 4 more yards.
Man, hey man, don't worry about it. Henry's gonna help you moving forward. I did like some of the play calls. I just think that it was the first game, so things gonna work out for him. But I think both defenses actually played. I'm not gonna say great because there was definitely miscues, which we're gonna talk about in a second. But I thought they played well. I'll say that.
All right, man. Let's go to our winners and losers, man.
Okay, my biggest winner is Isaiah Likely. What are we doing? Oh, we
Mm.
got. Oh my God! He started the game. They came out. They started two tight end sets, and Isaiah Likely. Look, I just want to put this in perspective. Perspective for everybody out there. Kelsey was on the field. Mark Andrews was on the field, and there was no doubt watching this game. I'm not saying moving forward, but tonight, the best tight end on the field that played the best tonight was Isaiah Likely, and it wasn't even close. Isaiah Likely
Yeah.
played well, and he almost had another touchdown, but his toe was out of bounds.
Yeah, he was the best tight end, man. As much as I hate to say it, he was better than my guy Kelsey, who I picked on my fantasy team. He was uh he was better than Mark Andrews, where I don't know what happened with him, man. So that's your biggest winner, Isaiah Likely.
Absolutely, absolutely.
My biggest winner is Xavier Worthy.
Oh God, I
he
know.
had
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go
I'm
ahead.
not gonna say he was the best player on the field. I'm not gonna say that, but he had the touchdowns that matter. He had the reverse touchdown. He had that long touchdown reception, and had some plays for him. They had some plays for designed for him in the playbook, and he executed it pretty well. He had 2 touchdowns, man. So you know that that is my winner for me.
I'm not mad at it. I just, we'll talk about. I mean, I guess I can say it right now. If you have Xavier Worthy on your team right now in fantasy, I would definitely try to trade him right now because
Oh. Ooh.
because you can sell him high right now and try to buck people's head that he's going to be great
Would
moving
you go
forward.
after Xavier Worthy?
Absolutely not. He had 3 touches. He did score twice, but I don't know. Like one was a busted coverage. It was a busted coverage blown. That's why I said the defense played good, not great, because that was a busted coverage when he scored. And he has Patrick Mahomes throwing him the football, man. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. It's Patrick Mahomes. Now, what I will give the young man credit for is because they drafted Sky Moore. They drafted McCole Hartman. They drafted these guys, and in his first game, Xavier Worthy, definitely produced. So shout out to him. But I would definitely sell high right now if I could. Xavier Worthy. My biggest loser though, Keo. So I got two. I think it's unfortunate. I'm gonna say about the Baltimore Ravens are my biggest loser as far as the team in general because you had one and you let it slip through your grasp. I want to say shout out to John Harbaugh because he was like before they even announced, he's like go for two. We're trying to win this game right now.
Right.
But for me, like I just feel like them dropping a game like this, you struggled with Kansas City in the past late in the season, yeah, maybe it may seem silly, but you lost to Kansas City last year in the playoffs at home. Now you already lost them this year, and if y'all records are similar, you have to go on the road and beat Kansas City in the playoffs. This is not a good look for me for Baltimore, so I definitely want to put that out there. And then the second thing, I'm sorry, I'm kind of losing my voice right now. Had some stuff go on yesterday, but second thing, man, what the hell is up with this new kickoff stuff, bruh? That stuff that's a hell for everybody. I don't like it. I want to know how you feel about it.
I'm not a big fan of it either. I was gonna bring it up, but you brought it up. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of either. Like I think that's a bad move for the NFL.
And
So
I
I
and I know safety definitely. I'm all about it. I'm not mad at safety, but golly, that I don't know what that is. That to me, man, the guy that's running, whoever receives the kickoff, I feel like they can't even block for him because they coming straight through that. that's
yeah.
that's crazy to me. But shout out to the NFL. But I don't like that one. That normally I'm like I'm cool with change, but that's not the change that I'm looking for.
Okay. Well, my biggest loser is Derrick Henry.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
The reason why Derrick Henry is he went 13 carries for 46 yards. He did have a touchdown, but then again, man, Lamar Jackson ends up rushing for over 100 yards. I mean, they signed you for a reason. It feels like a lot of people feel like this Ravens offense may look different because Derrick Henry is back there, but it looks the same to me. Lamar Jackson's doing what Lamar Jackson normally does, running the ball over the field. I feel like they would have rushed the ball more, but I understand broken plays, broken coverages, Lamar scrambling and trying to make some plays. But I do have Derrick Henry as my biggest loser right now.
I would just tell everybody that you don't have Derrick Henry as far as fantasy concerns. You'll be all right. Derrick Henry's gonna be fine. The only thing is the reason why I was never a big Derrick Henry fan in fantasy is they take him out on pass plays. And you saw Justice Hill tonight coming on a lot of third downs, bro, or passing situations. So that hurts his fantasy value. But I think he's gonna be fine because you have to respect Lamar, man, on any kind of like pass run option plays or fake handoffs or anything like that. If they act like they're gonna give it to Derrick Henry. You have to respect Lamar coming on that backside. So I think Derrick Henry's gonna be all right, bro.
And then my other biggest loser is every single tight end outside of freaking Isaiah Likely are my losers, man. Travis Kelsey, loser. 3 for what? 24, 34. I don't
Yeah,
know what
I
it
think
was.
34. I think 34 yards.
Mark Andrews was irrelevant throughout the whole game. So that I was just surprised by that. But I think it's just one game, though. I think, you know, I don't think fantasy owners should panic about that. But
Yeah, you got to think about this, Keo. These two teams know each other. What you think Baltimore was trying to stop? Travis Kelsey. They knew what's up.
and
They saw Taylor Swift up there. They knew they
and
went crazy.
Kelsey drew a lot of attention also. Like he was like they focused on him a lot in this game.
Right. And then the same thing goes with Derrick Henry. Like, yeah, he's a new acquisition, but you knew. Like, that's why they added Derrick Henry. So, you know what? We're going to try to stop Derrick Henry as much as we can. I think at the end of the day, the game pretty much went as we expected. And you got new guys that had to step up that did. Xavier Worthy, Isaiah Likely, they made some names for themselves today. And hopefully they can keep that ball rolling moving forward.
All right. Last but not least, man, we're going to the last topic, and that is who's to blame for the Ravens loss, man. I'm hearing Lamar Jackson, I'm hearing other things, but who you put the blame on the
I mean,
most?
the Kansas City Chiefs are the reason why they lost, man. What are we doing? Like, I
So
think they
that
just
play that Lamar
he missed
missed.
Zay Fly. I mean, he missed Zay. He missed Zay. Like, we understand that he missed him, but let's be honest. At the end of the day, he made it up with that throw to Isaiah Likely, dog. That was a dot. That was a dot.
Mm.
So I'm not even gonna blame. At the end of the day, Likely's big feet cost them the game at the end of the day. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's all Lamar. Lamar played well, in my opinion. I'm not gonna knock him. He did miss a couple of throws. There's no doubt about that. But what quarterback never misses any throws? Shoot, Patrick Mahomes missed some throws today. We're not gonna do that. They just happened to win. Had they lost, are we sitting there, going crazy about on Patrick Mahomes? Nah, man. So at the end of the day, I just think that the better team won tonight, and they won last year in the playoffs. And for the most part, they got the Ravens number because they're a better team.
Right. The blame. I don't think there's nobody to blame in this game, but the only people that you could blame is the Baltimore Ravens. You put yourselves in that position. I know it's unfortunate that the way you lost the game in dramatic fashion like that, the very last play of the game. It's crazy though. The last two Chiefs game, counting the Super Bowl, came down to the very last play. This time it was just unfortunate to lose like that because I thought the game was gonna go to overtime, and they did pretty well though. They got their stops, the necessary stops they needed. Lamar Jackson was making some good plays. They had Zay Flowers involved. They had Isaiah Likely, Rashad Bateman made some major catches. But I think it's just the Ravens put themselves in that position to begin with, and the Chiefs just we're good, especially Isaiah Pacheco, man. I like what I saw from him today.
Okay, I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad. Nothing that you just
Player
said.
player of the game, who you got?
Um, I mean, I'm Patrick Mahomes, man.
So you're the coach. You're the coach. You're in the locker room. Who are you giving the game ball to?
Oh, Xavier Worthy though. A rookie steps up like he did, I'll give it Xavier Worthy. There's no take away from what Patrick Mahomes did because you expected. Isaiah Pacheco played well, but if I had to give it to one player, that he was the X factor today. No pun intended. His name's Xavier, but he was the X factor, dog. He had two big plays, and whether it was busted coverage, like we said earlier, at the end of the day, he was open and he caught the ball and he scored. You have to respect that. So I would go Xavier Worthy in his first NFL game. He scored 2 touchdowns and made people like me that said he should be in the first round. I don't want to say look silly, but look silly in a sense. So shout out to him. Oh Lord, he must want to pull something up. Somebody must have said something in the chat.
Uh, oh no, my bad, my bad. Okay. Um, no, no, I was looking at some comments. Somebody left a present comment.
Shout out to you, man.
I, but Yeah, I gotta give it to Xavier Worthy though, man. That's the guy I would give it to. He had those 2 touchdowns was just crucial, pivotal times because if he wouldn't have those 2 touchdowns, we would probably be talking about this game very differently right now.
Facts, facts, facts. So shout out to him, man, because he stepped up. At the end of the day, he stepped up. We gotta give him his flowers for that. Do I
But
think he's gonna be great moving forward? I wouldn't say that, but I'm not gonna say he didn't play well tonight as far as when
the
he was given the chance.
for the first time, we're actually saying the wide receivers actually stepped up. Xavier
Yeah.
Worthy and Rasheed Rice. Rice was balling too.
Yeah, Rice played well. It kind of was a shocker because me and you talked about it off air. Rice won't get, you know, disciplined until after the season's over. That's a major win for all the fantasy owners
I
out
seen
there.
I see Twitter going crazy over that. Do you agree with that decision that
I
he's
mean, it's innocent until proven guilty. So I get it. I understand what the NFL is doing. It's just, it is what it is. I'm not mad at it. If that's what I think the NFL is working, to see how it goes and how many games they should give him. Because if they discipline him now, you can't discipline him later. And if you give him not enough games because he might get found guilty. So I understand the wait and see approach. I actually like it about the NFL.
yeah, it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because it could cause a distraction because you're gonna have people talking throughout the season what's going on with that situation though. So with the Rasheed Rice thing, that thing is an ongoing conclusion. They saying the investigation resolving everything could end up to being in December, and that's like around the end of the season. So who knows what's gonna happen, man? But
Do
we'll
you have
see.
do you have the schedule in front of you for next week? Or can you
Um,
put it up?
yeah, I could pull it up right
Tell me
now.
who the Ravens and the Chiefs play next week because I want to see like as far as you don't want to call things must win next week for the Ravens, or you want to start thinking about how you stacking wins in the NFL, and the Chiefs could add to that next week. That's
Oh, oh, you're gonna like this one. So the Ravens, they do get a home game. It's against the Las Vegas Raiders.
oh okay, okay, okay.
But the Chiefs get their second straight home game. It's against the Cincinnati Bengals.
I thought it was the Bengals. I thought so. So the good thing about the Chiefs, the good scenario about the Chiefs next week is if they can get a win off the Bengals, that's another team that we will. I mean, I'm not gonna say we. I'm gonna speak for myself. I expect to be really good this year. If the Chiefs can get that win and stack that win, that's another team. If they come down to record, you'd have to come see Kansas City in Kansas City during the playoffs. It's not going to be that easy because you already know Burrow and company, they have big, big aspirations this year. They've been to the Super Bowl, so being making is not good enough for them. They want to win it. They do have the distractions right now, with the Jamar Chase, even T. Higgins. T. Higgins we're not talking about it, but he's disgruntled because he wanted a contract as well.
Mm, that's good. That's gonna be a good game though, especially being in Kansas City. I'm gonna look forward. I don't know who I got in that game right now. I want to see
Hey,
how the Bengals do this Sunday. Um, to see what happens.
they get the Patriots. I mean, if they don't beat the Patriots, bro, I'm a doggone sure not picking them against the Chiefs. So I mean, they better. That if I had a lock win this week, if we was doing like locks, my lock is that the Bengals will beat the Patriots. I can't even see no other game on the docket that I'm like so sure about. If the Bengals don't win that game, I would be completely shocked, even though it's week one.
Mm,
So I mean, even without Jamar Chase,
uh,
Chase with Chase, no Chase, the Bengals better win that. If Burrow shows up, they better win that game.
okay, all right. Well, the NFL season is underway tomorrow. It don't stop because they got another game the Packers versus the Eagles, two teams that a lot of people's high on in the NFC. I think we both had the Eagles in this game.
Yeah, I picked Philly, even though I think Green Bay is going to be one of the best teams in the NFC, in the NFL, honestly, as far as record wise. I just think, for this one game, I think Philly gets them. But I wouldn't be surprised if Green Bay wins because I'm high on Green Bay this year. And you know it because I drafted Jordan Love in the MVS league.
I guess you're gonna be excited for that game because you got two fantasy players that's gonna be playing in that game.
Yeah, man, I expect big things from Jordan Love and Jaden Reed. All my fantasy owners, I know it's kind of, fantasy already started, but I would tell y'all start Jaden Reed, man. Jaden Reed is one guy that I felt like went late in the drafts. I know some people like Christian Watson, but Keo knows on the NBA show, I said months back, the best receiver on that team to me is Jaden Reed. I just think he's more dynamic than the rest of them. And I think Watson is more like a big play. But when you think about somebody like and I'm not saying he's this guy, but somebody like an Antonio Brown that's going to catch the ball at a high rate as far as getting up many opportunities, that's what I see in Jaden Reed. So I really like Jaden Reed a lot. And people thought I was joking like Keo when I said I was going to draft him. And Keo, you tried to run the price up. But hey, calm down. I couldn't let you get my young go getter.
And as far as the Eagles go, they got their new look with Hurts healthy, added in Saquon, and they got all these acquisitions on the defensive side. So we'll see what Philadelphia could do. And game goes down tomorrow on Peacock. It's gonna be in Brazil at 4 p.m. down in the West Coast, 6 p.m. Down.
Give me a score. Give me a score. What you got? Give me a score. What you thinking?
I got the Packers 27-20.
But you think the Eagles gonna win, right?
Yeah, but I think the Eagles.
Me and you pretty similar. I got the Eagles winning 28-24. And I think Saquon Barkley's gonna have a big game.
Okay, all right. I will see though, because I've been critical about Saquon this year. But we'll see. But with that being said, man, stay tuned for what happens tomorrow, and then Sunday we got all the kickoffs. But we ain't gonna be here too long, so we're gonna get out of here and give you some shout outs.
Definitely, maybe I can get Keo to do the stardom sit-em show with me. I know he's laughing. There he goes. But shout out to Q, man. At first I was like, man, I'm tired. I gotta go to work in the morning. But you know what? I'm happy I came on here, man, to talk some football with you. Shout out to Xavier Worthy, man. Hey, look, I'm gonna give him his flowers tonight. He played well. To all the fantasy owners out there, if I was you, I would try to trade him. Shout out to my boy Chap, man. Tony, man, you started him and got 20 fantasy, or 20 something fantasy points from him. Hey, man, if Chapman gets them kind of points from Xavier Worthy, hey, Chapman's team is dangerous because he got weapons everywhere. It's just his quarterback and his flex. And hey, he got 20 from Xavier Worthy.
Every time I think Chapman's team's gonna be bad, it ends up being good.
Hey, man said he coached football, man. He said he knows what he's talking about. Y'all boys don't know. That's what he said. I'm just saying what the man says. So shout out to him. Shout out to everybody else in the MBS League, man. Definitely appreciate y'all. And if you haven't yet, while I'm on here live, man, go subscribe to the MBS channel on, YouTube. Go follow us on all social media platforms, man. We put out great content. If you're a sports lover or even a battle rap lover, man, we come on here and we talk. And I know Keo, him and my girl for what's y'all show called?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So like they talk about albums and movies and what's popular going on. So we have a little bit about relationships. So we have a little bit for everybody. So y'all just go subscribe to the brand, man. We keep putting out great content. But salute to you, man. And hopefully Sunday maybe we'll get something popping if I'm not, if you're not too busy.
No, if you're not too busy. But definitely shout out to X though, man. Yeah, like he said, we got a lot of content out coming up right now. next week. We're gonna. I don't know if you want to pull up, but me, Danny, and a couple of the guys from the team, we're gonna be doing some predictions for Summer Madness coming up.
Summer Madness coming.
Yeah, Summer Madness is next weekend.
Tell
So,
Jasper stop ducking.
oh,